Hello, my name is Monique Edwards, and today I will be analyzing lines 16 through 45 of Act 4, Scene 3 of Romeo and Juliet. The setting of Scene 3 is in Juliet's bedroom. Okay, so in the lines before the ones that I will be analyzing today, we see that Juliet is complimenting her wardrobe for her wedding to Paris, and she's kind of giving off the feeling that she's ready to get married. And at the line 15, her mother tells her goodbye because Juliet ends up telling her mother and her nurse that she no longer needs them for the night and that she wants to, get some rest and pray. Okay, so in line 16 through 20, it states, "Farewell, God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she do here?" So, where Juliet is saying farewell, God knows when we shall meet again, is Juliet's way of basically trying to say goodbye to her mother and the nurse. But as seen in the book, it's a little too late because they have already exited out of the room. And I have a faint cold fear thrills through my vein. That's showing that Juliet is scared and she doesn't really know what to do, and that almost freezes up the heat of life. That line and that is a juxtaposition, and it is because you have the word freezes and the word heat. Of course, that's totally opposites. So when Juliet says, "I'll call them back again to comfort me," that's her showing that it still shows that she's naive. She doesn't really know if she should, kill herself or she shouldn't. And that does show once again how naive she is. And when she calls the nurse, it's just her way of once again leaning on the nurse and wanting her for nourishment and wanting her advice. But when she says, "What should she do here?" that's pretty much her, making a decision and basically saying, "The nurse can't help me. Only I can, end this and move on." So in lines 21 through 25, "My dismal scene I needs must act alone. Come vile, what if this mixture does not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there." And she lies down a dagger. So within those stanzas, you can see that Juliet is pretty sure that she wants to, die. She wants to kill herself. And she says that, whether or not the mixture works, she's going to kill herself. And that can be seen through the stage direction. And the fact that Juliet would kill herself just so that she can be with Romeo and not marry Paris, the one who she does not love, shows how, it's actually pretty funny. It shows how naive she is because you're taking this little situation, a boy, and killing yourself over it, but it also shows how strong-minded she is. She's saying, no matter what, I will get what I want. I will be with the one I love. So in lines 26 through 30, it says, "What if it be a poison which the furrier subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored, because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not." So Juliet says that she is afraid that it is poison, but then she says it's no way because the furrier is a religious man. This once again shows how Juliet does not give good judgment. She's trying to, keep herself sane and try to, get herself prepped mentally for her killing herself, that she doesn't really think the fact that the furrier married them, knowing that it was a secret, shows that he's not reliable. But yet you're gonna take this medicine from him. So I think that shows how you know how she doesn't really think before she does. It shows how she doesn't think before she does her actions. In lines 35 through 46, Juliet is, kind of questioning what if Romeo does not come in time. And this is another method of her, beating around the bush and not killing herself. She's, questioning everything but the fact that she's going to kill herself. So she says, what if Romeo does not come in time? And it gets her thinking like, wow, I'm going to have to be here with my ancestors, with people who are dead. And you can see that Juliet uses imagery when she imagines waking up in the vault, and she feels as though she's going to be driven mad by all the dead bodies. And it can be seen through the line that says, what with loathsome smells and streaks like mandrakes torn out of the earth. And that's the imagery that Juliet uses to describe what she believes might happen if Romeo does not come on time. Aside from the figurative language I have already stated, Shakespeare does use alliteration within Juliet's soliloquy. And earlier I mentioned the lines that says, I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort. That's alliteration because you can see the repetition of C and F sounds, and that's also a juxtaposition. Shakespeare also uses imagery and repetition. So within Juliet's soliloquy, to sum it all up, we can see that Juliet goes through all of this mental preparation to kill herself. Not only did Juliet not properly get to say goodbye to her mother and nurse, Juliet also has to deal with the thought of the farrier poisoning her and the thought of Romeo not even arriving. Also, she thinks about the fact that she's in the, places where her ancestors are.